Welcome to the K.A. Bullets Alternate Real History channel.
Hurry up, I wanna learn something.
In the last video when I discussed when history began, I said that Karahan Tepe is the oldest human-made structure for the purposes of civilizational progress. Although that is when history debatably begun, it is still too early to say advanced civilization began here. Advanced civilization began in 5500 BC, with the rise of Sumer. But, what did Sumer have, that the people who built Karahan Tepe didn't have? Firstly, there were unsuitable climate conditions as the Ice Age had not completely ended when Karahan Tepe was built. The most important thing for civilization is agriculture. Agriculture needs specific climate conditions to succeed, which has only been possible for the last 12,000 years. Agriculture has allowed humanity to stay in one place to get food, rather than move around to get it, like humanity has during the time of hunting and gathering. This has allowed permanent villages to develop and be able to develop into larger settlements in some cases. Most importantly, agriculture has allowed humanity to grow more food than ever before and also have a surplus. These people took on new occupations such as traders and also to invent new things to raise the level of the society. One such important invention was metalworking, which has allowed for shaping economies as the currency ended up being made of metal. The invention of metalworking also allowed for more artistic expression as many pieces of art are made from metal. Metal is much stronger than clay, so the art would be much more durable. As metal is more durable, it began being used instead of stone on tools, if they could afford it, which has allowed for their increased durability and effectiveness. This has also contributed to the development of trade, which is also crucial to the development of civilization as it was, and in many areas how money still is made. Don't forget that art, religion and large structures, like Karahan Tepe, had already existed prior to agriculture and metalworking. Even Çatalhöyük used advanced architecture and was a proto-city. Due to the existence of agriculture and metalworking, allowing the level of society to rise, leading to more inventions such as trade, civilization was bound to begin, as that was how the evolution of society was going thousands of years ago, in the Fertile Crescent. This happened first in 5500 BC in modern-day Iraq. Sumer was this first advanced civilization, and built upon these previous discoveries. Sumer built upon these inventions, as its cities were large population centers, being home to thousands of people. Cities and countries as a whole are much larger than villages, so an administrative structure became necessary to run all of these territories and the people that lived in them. These systems included not just rulers, but also people needed to enforce laws and institutions, which were also a new component, that are unique to advanced civilizations. Don't forget that the different skills required, such as metal workers, administrators, religious leaders etc. This needs a division of labor in the society, which has only been possible due to the food surplus that agriculture has provided. This means that the food surplus of agriculture has allowed the complex diversification of labor required for an advanced society to function. With these new occupations, people with some occupations became richer and others did not, leading to a development of social classes that come with advanced societies. Language has existed ever since Homo sapiens evolved around 200k years ago, but only with the start of civilization did this language begin being written down. This written language is how communication became effective, as this has allowed messages to be shown after they are said. These messages are also used to record history and is why some of the stuff that Sumerians wrote down can still be read today, although nobody understands the language anymore. The reason that all of this and the inventions that followed this is due to technological advancement, which is much easier to do inside of a civilization, as smart people can be pulled from a larger population and have access to more resources to advance technology. All of these things needed to be done by Sumer to become the world's first advanced civilization in 5500 BC. Ever since Sumer developed an advanced society in modern-day Iraq over 7,000 years ago, civilization has continued to evolve. As we all know, the Middle East is not the only location that advanced civilization is found, as the second advanced civilization was Egypt, developing their civilization around 4000 BC. Egypt built their civilization using many of the same skills Sumer did over 1,000 years prior, but distinct from that of the Sumerians. When it comes to large structures, Egypt has built the famous pyramids of Giza, as well as some other pyramids, and the Sphinx, many of which still stand to this day. After the Fertile Crescent developed civilization, it was only a matter of time that it would develop in other areas of the world. This is a map of the world's civilizations in 2000 BC, showing that civilization has expanded beyond the Fertile Crescent. These civilizations all also developed independently from one another, but the variables that allowed them to rise are similar. They all needed agriculture to create a food surplus, so more people can live in the same place. This allowed for a complex division of labor, that leads to a hierarchy forming, which allows for a government to form. The governments needed to develop, as a more complex administrative system was needed to run cities, and at large whole countries, compared with just villages prior to the start of civilization. In addition to this, these civilizations needed to build structures to house their people and monuments to show their greatness. Same with unique art to show distinctiveness from other civilizations that they may or may have not known about. Also, the usage of writing to keep records, such as historical ones, as well as to collect taxes. But, the reasons that were listed in this video, although important, are not all of the reasons that civilization used to succeed, and go into limited detail. Even with the limited details that this video has provided, it still gives you a good idea on how civilization rose thousands of years ago, especially in the Fertile Crescent where it was first found, but similar factors are still applicable to other parts of the world. With the key components that the first civilizations had, they were able to advance technology further, as they built upon previous technologies, and this process continued throughout history, allowing us to get to where we are today. Without some modern technologies, such as computers, and the internet, I would have never been able to make this video, and you, unable to watch it. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next video on this channel. I don't know if the next video will be alternate or real history yet, but it shouldn't be a video on the ancient world. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe for a better future.